Hey Aquarius, transformation. So transformation often reminds me of, or when I think about this card, I think of, the death card to a certain extent, because the death card is a beautiful card. It's about transformation. It's about change. It's about all of the above. I'll leave that off actually. It's about making big strides. So whether this is leaving somebody behind, whether this is bringing somebody back, whether this is saying, screw it, I'm not interested in anybody. I don't want to date anybody. If you're seeing somebody, if you're, with somebody currently, and, you're wanting to make changes, there's definitely something coming for you big time with the transformation card here, as well as this is life changing. So this could be, you're hitting the restart button. You have decided to exercise more, or it's just identification and seeking answers within, but coming to the conclusion of who you are within yourself and finding answers about, am I the person I want to be? Am I the best form of myself? If I were wanting a relationship, would I want a relationship with me? So those are questions that come along a lot of times with the transformation card. Okay, the first card you have is your current position coming into the read, and you have strength, which is Leo's card. So you could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo placements in your chart, but the strength card is strength. It's beautiful. It's magnanimous. It's gorgeous. The strength card talks about having strength, but it also talks about patience, self-belief, understanding what it is, you're after and not afraid to go for it. So again, going along with this transformation card, there's something big here coming, Aquarius, something huge that is life-changing, life-altering, but it really feels like this is to me, she won't talk to me, I'm ghosted, etc. Yes, obviously you can't control those situations, but this is that moment of being able to control what you can. And the strength really is popping out as, stick with your guns. Whatever decision you made that maybe you've been second guessing on, or maybe you've been wanting to make for a long time, stick with it, stick to your guns and have faith in yourself. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a very abundant card, but it also can feel very trapped. The Nine of Pentacles can feel as though you're stuck in a situation. So mentally, again, there feels like some sort of torment here, Aquarius, that you are feeling like, did I make the right decision? Did I not make the right decision? Was this the best solution for me? But at the end of the day, they're telling me, no ifs, ands, or buts. Follow your gut, follow your instinct. And the Nine of Pentacles is something that you, it's a feeling that you want to break free of at this point. It's not a situation, because whatever the solution is, you're either doing it, you have done it, you've made those changes, you've decided something wasn't working for you, and you made changes and went for it. But the Nine of Pentacles is being trapped in your own head. This is also, a question of value. It's associated with, lightening your load. And what is important to you? Is it, what do you value? Is it, love? Is a value to you something like a family value or a tradition or something passed on through time? Or do you value, is it important for you to find somebody who, makes good money, or, has a college degree? Or everybody has different values. And this talks about finding what's important to you, maintaining a balance and figuring out what your expectations are. And are they realistic or is now going to give you some sort of sense of freedom to really go forward with striving for what it is you want, relationship wise, and in a few different aspects in your life. The next card you have is, your distant past, and you have the Eight of Swords. So again, some of you are very trapped. I mean, you can see she's trapped in the vines, but the thing about the Eight of Swords is this is self-imprisonment. This is self-entrapment. This is being confused about a situation and not making a decision. So this is the past. Again, this is distant past. This could be 5-10 years ago. So Aquarius, some of you were trapped for a long, long time, or you've allowed yourself to be trapped in something that's loveless or doesn't feel, passionate, or is missing, a level of high vibration. It feels as though this became complacent, or there's something missing here. And so you decided after years and years, for some of you it was years, for some of you it, you know, was years of different relationships with similar, you know, situations. Because again, the Eight of Swords is saying, you know, there's confusion here. Should I stay? Should I go? What should I do? And you've cut the vine somewhere recently, or if you haven't, you're on the precipice of doing it. Maybe you're taking a break from somebody and you guys have decided, you know, hey, we may try this again. And maybe you're deciding that's not what's going to happen. Whatever you decide, though, as I said, with the Strength card, is super important that you stick with it, because it's coming from a place within that is very, it's a place that you know of, an instinctual, a guttural feeling that you know is telling you you're on the right path, or you're going in the right direction. The next card you have is your immediate past, over the past 2 weeks, past month or two. Past month or two. You were sitting to a certain extent, not sure, should I stay? Should I go? Do I want to be with this person? Do I not want to be with this person? Do I want to be single? Do I want to look for other people? And you just didn't feel like rushing into anything. And the Eight of Cups says you're just taking your time, kind of seeing what, you know, possibly new outcomes could be, or new possibilities could be. Also wanting to, you know, drift along and do your own thing. You know, do the day-to-day and not have to make any major decisions right this second. However, something's prompted you to need to be strong, to make a decision and to stick with it. The Eight of Cups is the past couple of months. You've been, it feels like sitting on the fence about what you're going to do. But for some of you, this is deep. This is deep. This is, you know, some of it could be, you know, suffering emotional abuse, or, you know, let's hope not physical abuse, because again, this Eight of Swords is so trapped, and it's been like that for a long, long time, that this is rooted. This is, you know, self-confidence has just been, you know, cut to pieces. And somebody who, maybe you're dealing with a narcissist. Now, crosswatchers, please don't get nasty in the comments. This is Aquarius's read, but it can be completely reversed. So again, with this Eight of Swords, it's telling me something deep, deep, deep happened, or that you've been through a lot with a certain person and you didn't realize how narcissistic it got, or you didn't realize how controlling or how ugly or how dysfunctional it had gotten, or how unhealthy. And so this Eight of Cups of moving slow and just going with the day-to-day, they're just telling me that some of you needed to just focus on, you know, one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, you're just getting to that point where you're settling into a routine and not worrying about what anybody else is thinking or what anybody else needs. Because this was a big step, whatever it was that the energy you cut off, or the energy that, you know, you lost, or whatever happened in this situation. Now, your distant future card is the Chariot card, which is Cancer's card. So you could be dealing with a Cancer or Cancer placements in your chart, but the Chariot card is for momentum. So over the next few months, Aquarius, you're going to be building that momentum. You're going to feel like getting out there more. You're going to feel like having the hard conversation, if that's what's needed, with somebody from the past. You're going to feel like getting physical, you know, having some sort of passion or some sort of romance, even if it's just, you know, friendly. At the end of this Chariot is the celebration. But the biggest thing with the Chariot here is self-identification. Something we talked about with the Nine of Pentacles as well. It can often be with the Strength card too, with the self-confidence part of the Strength card. This is finding who you are and what you want. Self-identification and where your Chariot's going. Where do you want your Chariot to go? This isn't about what anybody else wants from you, Aquarius. This is what you want and where you're going. And then, you know, if somebody wants to ride on that Chariot with you, when the time comes, you'll know that it's right. You'll know that it's supposed to happen. The next card you have is your immediate future. So throughout the month, and you have the Knight of Wands. All right. So this is what I was talking about. There's somebody here that you need to have a conversation with, and it may get ugly. The Knight of Wands is charging forward. Now, when I say it may get ugly, this is you taking your stance. The Knight of Wands is somebody who says, you know, this is where I need to go. This is what I'm doing. Not answering to somebody. And Aquarius, I don't know why they keep telling me that some of you have defended your actions of leaving, or defended your actions of not wanting to pursue something. But it's been, for some of you, it's been, you know, again, this again, this it's almost as if you're, you know, programmed after a while into that, not in a weak, like, oh, I didn't know what I was doing type mentality, but more of a, you know, well, it's not that bad, or he or she, you know, we fight, but it's not that serious. You know, you get to that point of where it makes it okay, or it doesn't seem as bad as it truly can be. Now, I'm not saying that you guys had it terrible, but some of you did, and some of you have realized the extent of how damaging or mentally exhausting or physically or emotionally exhausting this whole situation has been. But this month you're ready to be strong and confident. This is, again, a mission of self-discovery. So a positive, you know, stimulation of moving forward, being vibrant and taking control of your life and getting started. This is, you know, picking up and starting again, picking up the pieces and just going for it, whether it's, you know, going at it alone. For whatever reason, they're telling me a lot of you are kind of at the point where you're like, you know, I think right now I may just be in a good headspace to stay, not guarded necessarily, but stay single, or stay, if you're separated from somebody, continue that path right now, because you're learning so much more about what it's like to be you again. It's like you lost yourself somewhere along the way. The next card you have is anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the month. And you have the Hierophant. The Hierophant, this is very interesting, Taurus, because your entire read is coming together very much as a self-seeking journey of lessons. The Hierophant is Taurus's card, so you could be dealing with a Taurus or have Taurus placements in your chart. But like I said, the Hierophant is learning, and this could be religion too. So some of you may be asking for advice. The Hierophant is somebody who is learning from someone who's been there, done that, from somebody who's dealt with heartbreak, who's dealt with you know, mental or physical or emotional situations, you know, possibly abuse again. For some of you, and for some of you, this is distant past when I talk about that abuse. Not saying that it can't be something, you know, recent, but for some of you, it was a pattern. Maybe you watched a parent go through something similar and you said, you know, never again, I'll never go through that. But then you realized you're in that same situation, or you have, you know, abandonment issues or different things from the past. That's where these, you know, feeling trapped is coming from. For some of you, it is very distant. It's parents. It's something that you saw, you know, a mother or father or a sister or brother or somebody go through, in terms of sticking with a situation where they weren't treated very well, and you witnessed that, and yet here you are almost like repeating that cycle to a certain extent. For some of you, not everybody. But again, the Hierophant is just a huge eye-opener of, you know, what can I learn? What can I be taught? Who can teach me? Where am I going with this? Again, it's self-improvement. It's furthering education or meditation, you know, or again, a newfound religion, or an old found love or respect for a religion. So again, becoming, you know, consistent. So when they were talking earlier, when my guides were talking about, you know, the routine, that's what they were talking about, getting consistent with, you know, certain behaviors, or getting consistent with, you know, maybe there were other aspects in your relationship that just threw you off guard, or threw you off living, you know, some sort of routine, saying you're definitely, it's like a newfound, I don't know, it's huge. It makes me want to like burst. It's this transformation. It's this transformation card holds so much power. I can't even explain it right now. Just looking at it and feeling it, it makes me just, there's this freedom that is surrounding you, Aquarius, that's going to continue to surround you. And this is you. This isn't an ex. This isn't somebody new. This is you. This is loving you and finding you, and then figuring out what the next step in your love life is going to be. But it's about you first. And it's been a hell of a long time since you put yourself first. The next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month, and you have the Wheel of Fortune. So again, the Wheel of Fortune is, divine timing, unplanned changes, things that maybe the universe took the wheel for a little bit, or maybe the universe is saying, look, if you want to talk to your ex, maybe they're ghosting you and that's the best thing for you, or maybe you're ghosting them and that's just where you need to be right now. Not that I always agree with ghosting and those different types of things. A lot of times discussion needs to be had, but for whatever reason here, if you move into that, for a lot of you, it's a defense mechanism. And so right now, as I said, it's the self-discovery. But the Wheel of Fortune talks about divine timing. This is karmic connection. This is something that's supposed to happen, that this is the wheel guiding things. This is the universe guiding things. This is you're exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment, because this is a pivotal turning point in where you are, and you're going to feel it this month. There's going to be a sense of, I'm over whatever this past relationship was. Have the talk about, getting back together, or, saving our marriage, or whatever it is for you. However, for a lot of you, I think that you're going to find the strength in yourself to where you may decide a different situation holds a better outcome for you. So again, this is just goodness. It's glory. It's unexpected. Something really good coming in for you, Aquarius. All right. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the month, and you have the Tower. So again, these are just hopes and fears. These aren't anything that are coming to fruition, and there I just fucked the cards all up, so whatever, we'll just leave them as is. But the Tower card, your fear is that foundation breaking. So the Tower card is a dissolution of something, so an ending of something, and this is what I'm talking about, possibly the ending of this past relationship. And your biggest fear is, but if I end it, there's nothing left. Or if this was my whole life, or, I have kids with this person, or I have fur babies, or how am I going to get through this? We have a house together. But these are your fears. The Tower card, at the end of all of this, when the dust is settled, a lot of you are going to be a lot better off. You're going to know that, you're going to recognize it. And the foundation is stronger. It actually comes out much stronger without all of the crap that's been toppled on your shoulders, or the weight of the world on your shoulders gets released, and you find that your foundation is super, super strong. All right. And then your outcome card, and you have the Star. Well, I don't know if it could get any better than that. So that's your ending, your conclusion, the Star card. And the Star card is your card, Aquarius. So stands for you. And if you've seen my reads, you know that it's super important to me when you come out in your own read, when your card pops in your own read, because that tells me you are being the best that you can be. You are focusing on what is good for you. You are focusing on being truly organic. This is faith. This is hope. This is knowing that the best is yet to come. The Star card always tells me the best is yet to come. The possibilities are endless. The transformation is just beginning. And wait and see what the outcome is, Aquarius, because it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Now, your clarifying card for the outcome is the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles is greedy. So somebody's going to be greedy for your attention, your time. This is where the strength comes in. The Four of Pentacles is somebody who says, but mine. And this person may literally have this, expectation of, I don't want to say ownership because that sounds kind of callous, but this person has this this sense of, Aquarius, I don't know what I'm going to do without you. Aquarius, you're not going to leave me. There's no way this is going to happen. There's no way that this is, that you're going to, you need me. They have this sense of, and again, could be the narcissism coming out. You need me. You want me, you'll see, you'll come back. And what's funny is, it's not funny, but the Eight of Wands comes out, and the Eight of Wands is boom, I'm out of here. So whoever this person is that some of you are feeling trapped by, or that you've allowed yourself to stay trapped in that situation, there's going to be some moments here, Aquarius, where the more they push, the quicker you pull away, or the more they push, the more you realize that this just isn't your cup of tea. It's just not working. The more you realize this is, you know, the more they come at you, the quicker you run. And then your clarifying cards for the distant future, you have the moon, okay, which is Pisces cards. You could be dealing with the Pisces or have Pisces placements in your chart. And you have the star again. Holy crap. So really, Aquarius, I mean, this is big. This is big time. This is, you know, I would love to say, oh, your dream's coming true, but you know I'm a realist. You know I don't sugarcoat things. Look, there's going to be some bumps, especially with this Four of Pentacles, this person who just wants, takes. That's how it's always been with them. And you're going to be like turning and running. Now, this could be somebody new you met, but for most of you, it's going to be somebody from the past. But you have the moon card, like I said, could be dealing with the Pisces or have Pisces placements, but the moon card is confusion. It's deception. Okay, the moon card is not sure if you should go right or left. Or I use the same example a lot. You know, is this a bear that could eat my feet? Or is this a big boulder? You're in the woods, you can't see anything. All you have is the light of the moon. And what's in front of me, I don't know. And that is what makes you nervous, but this is where your strength card kicks in. Because there's nothing to worry about, Aquarius. You're going to be just fine. And the star card says the same thing. You have 2 stars in your read, which represent you. Let's get that star back out. Aquarius, double the stars, 2 times the stars, 2 times yourself, 2 times the strength. Again, this transformation, this beautiful transformation is coming tenfold for you, Aquarius. So hold on to your hat because it's coming. The hope, the inspiration, the best part about whatever you have been through, and for some of you, it makes me ache. Whatever you have been through, the best part about it is it didn't steal your hope and it didn't steal your faith and it did not defeat you because you're strong and you're going to get through this just fine. All right, let's pull your oracle card and then I will get out of your hair. Okay, let's pull your oracle card for the end of the read, Aquarius. You have a change in the wind. Well, yeah, no shit, a change in the wind. You're going to be, you know, making major changes, major strides, major, you know, major things happening. For some of you, it could be moving. It could be moving your house. It could be hightailing it to somewhere else. But, you know, yeah, a change in the winds is obvious because this is, be the strength that we talked about. A change in the wind is, you know, something's been initiated. So prepare for it. It could be stormy. It could be, you know, windy. It could be, it's just awareness that there's a shift coming about. It's just an awareness that there is a change in the direction of the wind and being ready to, you know, put up your sail and go with it, glide with it, you know, climb on the boat and put your sails out and go where the wind takes you. All right, Aquarius, I'll see you soon. Bye.